It's time to go deeper in our relationship with God. Those were the words that got my attention yesterday from Devon Franklin. He did a YouTube live video Bible class, and the thing just blew me away, as if God himself came down from heaven and sat with me and spoke with me through Devon. I mean, everything I've been going through, Devon just like hit the nail on the head. Every single thing. He said he wants us to have a closer relationship with God, because that's when God takes us higher. I wrote down pages and pages of notes. I'm going to just go over quickly what I got from what Devon said that was so helpful to me, that I hope is going to be helpful to you. And he just, 2 Bible verses. 2 little Bible verses, Psalm 34, 17 through 18, to just blow my mind. It says, the righteous cries out, and the Lord hears them. And he talked about having an honest conversation about the pain that we feel. He said, we can cry out to God, God, what is going on here? And guys, that's exactly what I've been doing. I've been going to God and I've been crying out to him, God, what is wrong with me? Why am I feeling this way? Take this away from me. Take this pain away from me. And he said that you tell God, God, I need you right now. These thoughts are getting to me. It's like he just read my mind or something, exactly what I told God. God, I don't like these thoughts that I'm thinking. Take them away from me. And he even brought up this story, because even for Good Friday, I brought a picture of Jesus carrying his cross, and how Jesus even had to say to God, please take this suffering away from me, but if it's your will, that, let it be done. And that's exactly what I told God. I said, God, please, this thing is just too much for me. I'm suffering too much. But if it's your will, God, I will go through it and I will do it for you, for your will. He said that those who cry out to God, that God hears them and God will deliver them from their trouble. So he said, when we acknowledge situation, that God will deliver us. Say anything that we're in denial about, we empower to destroy us. Oh my goodness, guys. So true. If we don't have honest conversations with ourselves and we deny what's going on, these are the very things that destroy us. He said some of us are suppressing too much. You say you're going to diet, and then you end up eating everything. Me. I would say I'm giving up sweets. A day later, I'm finishing a whole thing of brownies. And why? Why is that? He even explained all of that. He said, this is a sign that you're suppressing your emotions. Say, when we deny what's going on, it creates so much stress that we look for relief. Me. I would feel so stressed out, so frustrated. Where did I get the relief from? The brownies, the cakes, the sweets. I went running to them. And he said our vices tend to be the relief valve for whatever we're trying to suppress. So all this stuff I had going on with me, I was just looking for relief. To say, go to the sweets and just have the relief, so that I can take away all that pain from me. He said it may be overeating sweets, it may be over watching TV, it may be drinking. He said, be honest about how you feel so God can deliver us. He frees us from our trouble. But the key is the key is to cry, to be honest about how we feel and say, God, I need your help. And guys, that's exactly what I did. And he said, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. And then he said, what does broken heart mean? He says, when a heart has been shattered, a heart that has been crushed, smashed, and torn into pieces. Oh my goodness. Exactly how I've been feeling, like somebody just took out my heart and just smashed it into pieces. But I couldn't articulate it. I couldn't understand what was going on with me. You know, and I keep saying, what's wrong with you, Nikki? You're this God person. You're not supposed to be feeling this way. You're not supposed to be this angry and this bitter and so painful and frustrated. So the guy just, Devon, he just summed up everything that was going on with me. So he said, the Lord is close to those who feel like their hearts got smashed into a million pieces. And I said, God, that's me. That's how I'm feeling. Like my heart just got smashed into a million pieces. But he went on to say, he said, people feel like they need to get their faith up to be close to God. But he said, that's not true. We just have to be honest with him about what we're going through. Go into him and say, Lord, I'm broken. And it's so beautiful the way he put it. He said, even in our worst moments, it says God is close to us. God loves us so much that he wants to be close to us, even when we're hurting the most. And he asked, how do I know that God is close to you? He said, because you're here. And God is using this to bring you peace, even though you feel the most broken. And guys, I said I did this fasting just for God, asking God to help me with this pain, help me to get over it, to help me to deal with these emotions that I'm going through. Like, God, I don't like feeling this way. And, you know, I just felt God saying that I'm going to start the fasting with the Muslims. And this is day 7, and yesterday was day 6. And God just told me, Nick, stop everything. And I want you to listen to Devon. And he went into some other verses from Jeremiah. And he talked about a potter and the clay, and how if a potter has had a pot on the clay wheel and it gets broken or damaged or any way, you would think he would throw it away, but he doesn't. The potter takes it and he remakes it and he remolds it. And he said that's what God is doing when we get our hearts broken, that he will take it and he doesn't throw us away. And he won't throw anyone away. And that was another wink at me. Like, you know, I feel like as a culture, we feel like anything is damaged and we throw it out. And God saying, no, we can remake that, we can remold it, we can transform it, we can use it again. And we can make it better. And so he said that's what God does with our brokenness. He takes it and he uses it to transform us, to help us to be the people he's calling us to be. So he's able to take everything from the ground up. And he said, I'm not going to throw it away. I'm not going to speak negative about it, because I know what this clay can do. So God sees us and he knows his plans and his purpose for us. And he knows that we need sometimes to get our spirits crushed and wakened up so that we can start living the lives he's calling us to live, guys. So it's just an amazing experience with Devon yesterday, and how God is so intimately involved in our lives, how this person could be all the way in California and know exactly what I'm going through here with my little life, and put it in a perspective to make me realize that God is using it, and he's using it to remake me into the Nikki that he would have me to be. The distracted Nikki, the unfocused Nikki, the Nick who was using eating constantly to suppress emotions. You know, God is just bringing everything to my attention, things that I need to work on. And so I hope this is helpful to you too, that God is involved in our lives, and he wants to always be there for us, even in our down moments. You know, sometimes we feel we have to get all cleaned up for God, but he says, no, I want you just as you are. But guess what? I'm going to enhance you. I'm going to make you better. I'm going to take you, the clay that I had designed from the beginning, and even if you messed up 1,000,000 times, I'm going to remake you and keep remaking you and keep transforming you to be all that I've created for you to be. So guys, the fasting is working. I'm getting my happy back. Even on a run today with my daughter Julie, It was 46-year-old me against 16-year-old her. And the funniest thing, we didn't agree that we were in any competition or running, but all of a sudden we started our own little running competition. She won today, but let me tell you, the real competition is on. To be our best selves. We're not in competition with anybody. We're in competition to be our best selves and to become the versions of ourselves that God Himself had in mind when He created us. So guys, don't wait to get all cleaned up. Just have an honest conversation with God and say, God, what is this that I'm going through? This whole coronavirus, my job, I don't know what's going on. Help me. And God will just use it. I promise you, God's going to use everything that we're going through. What is meant to harm us, God uses it for our good. So He just made me feel so special yesterday that He would have Devon come and give this whole long live Bible study just to pinpoint to me exactly what He's doing. So when I asked Him, God, why are you putting me through this? And the answer is really simple. I'm transforming you to be the Nikki that I would have you to be.